Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, I had to go return some videotapes, but anyway I am back, and in this video today I'm going to be reviewing the Fiio K3 USB DAC and headphone amplifier. So first off, this was sent out to me by Fiio, so as always I'll have a link to their Amazon listing for this product in the description below. Now before I start this review, the main reason why I got this DAC in the first place was mainly because I wanted a headphone port right in front of me on my desk, as well as a volume adjuster for that easy convenience of changing up the volume. Also, I did find my internal computer motherboard DAC to be on the weaker side. Even when it was amped up to the fullest, it had some trouble driving some earphones that I had. So I decided to hit up Fiio and ask them if they had any new DACs, to which they did, and they sent me this K3, which I hear is supposed to be an upgrade to the E10K. So this right here is the Fiio K3 DAC, and right off the bat, this K3 DAC is a very capable DAC and amp combo at a very affordable price. So I believe it costs around $100, and for that price you are getting lots of value packed into this small device. So this DAC is capable of supporting up to 32-bit 384,000 Hz PCM and native DSD up to 256. For the uninitiated, this basically means that this DAC can support extremely high quality audio format files. Now, after many days of trying to set this DAC up using the foobar 2000 and MusicBee music player applications, I finally was able to get the DAC to support raw native DSD. And I'll be showing you guys how to do this in another upcoming video. So I'll show you how to set it up and all that. Now, if you just want to use this DAC without having to set anything up, then you just plug it into your computer and you're good to go. Though, if you want that DSD support, you will need to set this up with foobar 2000. Otherwise, a good player for this DAC to have is called a MusicBee. I would get it from the Windows 10 store. It's completely free, and it's a very high quality music application player. Now, realistically speaking, most people out there won't be using DSD quality audio files on a daily basis, since each audio file size of that quality is roughly around 1/4 GB. So practically speaking, you most probably won't even be using those file types for your average music listening. But with that said, this DAC is capable of supporting that format. So now let me walk you through the design of this DAC. So it's relatively small and feels fairly light in the hand, weighing in at around 81 grams. You have that anodized aluminum shell which feels nice and smooth, and on the shell you can see the Fiio branding and high-res audio logo. For the ports, you get that new USB Type-C port, which is nice to have. You also get a 3.5mm port for your headphones and a 3.5mm line-out port for your speakers. You also get a 2.5mm port for the smaller mini jacked earphones, as well as a coaxial output port and a digital output port as well. So even with this being a relatively small DAC, you aren't limited in terms of output ports. Now, all of the port volume levels, excluding the digital output port, can be controlled via the volume adjuster that you see here. So both 3.5mm and the coaxial, along with the 2.5mm output ports, will be able to be volume adjusted. Though again, this dial will not control the volume levels with the digital output port. And depending on if you set up the DAC correctly with the appropriate music player, the LED light will shine different colors depending on the audio quality that's being delivered into the DAC. I'll get to more of that though a little bit later on in this review. Okay, so now you'll notice that there are a total of 3 switches on this device. The 2 in the front are the bass and gain switch. You'll most probably have these on at all times, but basically the gain switch when switched on overall increases the volume by a fair bit, and the bass switch when switched on increases the lower end frequencies, so like the sub bass and the bass, so you get that extra rumble to the sub bass and an extra boost to the bass. And again, you'll probably end up keeping both switches on at all times. Now for the third switch, which is in the back of the DAC, we get 2 Dac modes. So we get Dac mode 1.0, which does not require any drivers at all. You just plug and play. But with a 1.0 mode, you are limited to 24-bit 96,000 Hz. Now when switched to Dac mode 2.0, you'll have to install the Fiio K3 USB driver from the Fiio website, and that will support up to 32-bit 384,000 Hz and DSD up to 256. But remember, you'll need to manually set this up with the foobar 2000 music application. Now, as I said previously, that realistically speaking, most of you guys out there will probably not even use those on a common basis due to the extremely large audio file sizes that you'll need to download. But even with that aside, there are only a few websites on the net where you can get that kind of quality. You'll see what I'm talking about when you start searching for the DSD format. But I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that you might be able to upsample audio streams from Tidal, but I don't know too much about that, so do look it up. Now, this DAC is compatible with Windows and Mac operating systems, but on the Mac operating system, you will be limited to USB DAC mode 1.0. DAC mode 2.0 will not work with your Mac, so just a heads up. Now, as I previously stated, when the DAC is set up correctly, the LED light surrounding the volume adjuster changes colors depending on the audio file quality and format. So if you're listening to an audio track that's 44.1 thousand Hz or below, then that light will shine blue. At above 48,000 Hz, the LED light will shine yellow, and using the DSD audio format, the light will shine green. Again though, this will need to be manually set up in the Foobar 2000 application, which I'll be making another video on that. Now, if you aren't interested in all that hassle in setting this up properly and you're just looking for a good high quality, highly compatible music application, then just use the Music B application, which is free like Foobar 2000 and can be downloaded in the Windows 10 App Store. In terms of the sound quality performance boost that you can expect with this DAC, it really depends on how much of an audiophile you really are, what type of earphones you use, and what you were using previously as your audio output source. So I don't consider myself an audiophile at all whatsoever, but with that said, the audio difference that I hear between the integrated DAC on my MSI Z370 A Pro motherboard and my iPhone 6 when compared to the Fiio K3 DAC, the difference is noticeable, but mostly noticeable when using harder to drive headphones or pricier IEMs like my Shozi Neo CPs and my 10Hz P4 Pros, which apparently, even though they're IEMs, they are hard to drive. So on the Fiio K3, I am hearing a more robust, fuller sound, and the highs are a lot more tamed, so not as piercing at the same volume levels as on my motherboard and iPhone. The sound pretty much seems like it's more refined in a sense where everything sounds cleaner, more separated, more balanced, and overall just more robust. But I'll be honest, the difference is not a huge difference. It's only really noticeable with higher quality bitrate audio files and when using my headphones and my pricier IEMs. When testing this DAC out with my budget earphones like some of the KZ models, the difference was not very noticeable, especially on low to medium volume levels. Though when cranking up the volume to unbearable levels, the differences did become more apparent. Regardless though, for the price, convenience, and edge on audio quality, I'm going to have to recommend this Fiio K3 DAC amp combo because 1, I personally think there's a lot of value to be had here, especially if you are an audio enthusiast on a budget and are looking for something that's very capable that comes in a small package. And 2, if you have a desktop and are looking for a convenient way to adjust your audio volume levels and a hassle-free way to plug your headphones into your PC, since this DAC will be on your desk right in front of you, or at least that's where it should be. And let's not forget, it is pretty small, so you'll have so much more room for your desk activities. Then this is a great DAC to consider. So if you're asking me, I would definitely give the affirmative if this is a starting DAC for you and you're looking to step up your audio listening experience. It's a relatively inexpensive investment for your entertaining experience, but just one thing, don't expect this DAC to blow you away because at the end of the day, it's really just a DAC. Well, anyway, that's pretty much been it for my review on the Fiio K3 DAC. Do expect some updates on it, and you'll definitely be seeing this featured in my upcoming future earphone reviews as either my default or secondary audio output source. But for now, again, I could definitely recommend this DAC, so thumbs up from me. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you've found this review helpful. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you get notified for upcoming reviews. For now, take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later. Now I'm going to quickly show you guys how to set the DAC up with Music B. So if you don't really care too much about DSD audio file formats, then you're going to be using Music B, which can be downloaded for free in the Windows 10 App Store. If you just click on the start button, you can just type in Music B, and it's going to take you to the app in the App Store, and you just click download, and yeah, you should get this application right here, which I actually switched my skin. I think the original is white. I don't even remember, but I'm using a blue skin. So anyway, click on the 3 horizontal bars over here at the top left corner. Click on Edit Preferences. Now in Preferences, you're going to click on Player. Make sure to click on, for output, you're going to do the ASIO. for the sound device, you're gonna click on Fiio ASIO driver. You should only get one option, I think. And then you're gonna click on configure. Now in the configure screen here, you're gonna make sure to click on where it says DSD file playback. You can try to stream raw DSD data, but I don't think that's gonna work for you since it's not working for me, and that's the reason why I am using Fubar 2000 for DSD data, for the raw DSD. So you're gonna click on convert to PCM. So you're gonna convert if you do happen to play DSD files with this app, you're gonna convert it to PCM. Click on update and apply, save, and that should now play DSD files, and it's gonna convert it to PCM.